Hi, Dad, it is I. Now, I really wish that I could say just happy birthday, have a great day, and a fun weekend, and all that. I do wish you that. Maybe you could wish me something. Okay, I am on the project of recaulking around our bathroom sink in the master bathroom. And it has been a while, but the cabinet, the vanity that's here now, is the second one that we've had. They replaced it maybe a couple years ago, 3 years ago, and they did a very bad job. For example, I had to add this little piece of wood over here on the side because they just kind of left it open over there. They said they couldn't get the thing all the way over to the wall. All right, so now I'm scraping the old caulking off, and it's going kind of slowly. This part probably is going a little bit better, but it's all uneven and stuff. It's a kind of granity or something like that. Maybe not granite because it's very smooth. I don't know what it is. Anyway, and then it ends here, the top, the backwash, and comes down. And so I've been working on that. Then I'm going along here, and I realize that, wait, all the paint's coming off, all hell's breaking loose over here. And then also I've dug out behind. So here are your, little mesh patches that I don't know who put these in. The first people, the second people, no clue. But they are all along the entire side of the cabinet all the way to the end. Notice the end, how lovely, right? The only good part is that I now have sizable chunks of purple to try to take to Sherwin and Williams and see if they can match the color. And that is the only positive so far. Alright, so there are these mesh things, and as you can see, some of them are sticking out now because I was like scraping along with my razor or whatever, and now these, I sort of pulled some of them out. And I don't know how to fix that, of course, because they're so close to the edge. And so then there's this one's also sticking out. But one problem is that, like here, I did this too, I have to admit. But they put in these little spongy things right first because it was such a big crack. Well, I think that they have to come out. I don't know, but I kind of think they do, and you put a different spongy thing in there. So I could do that, I guess. But I don't know how to proceed. Also, we don't even have any more of this purple paint. Painting this bathroom was a project Benessia did, and with Javiera. And the turkeys charged me like $500 or $600. Oh, here I am. Hi. I'll do a selfie and I'll turn it around. I'm growing my hair out, as you could see. It's really not at its best, but because it probably has some amount of caulk, and basically it's 100 degrees here in terms of the real feel or whatever they call that. It is the pits, Dad. It's the pits. I hope you guys don't get too much more hot weather. Please pray for me because I think next week is painting week. I've asked a couple guys to help me. Will, that is Cecile's son. Cecile Wisdom is a good friend of mine from Opus Dei and elsewhere. And her oldest son, Will, has a mental illness, but he's kind of like a Roman, he's pretty good. And he wants to make some money. So I said, well, better him than this other guy that wants $5,000. Of course, he was going to paint the entire place. I'm just going to paint whatever has never been painted, and I guess I'll paint the damaged areas, whatever they may be, if they've already been painted and they have damaged areas. We'll try to find whatever paint matches them. Anyway, so at this point, I think that the kitchen piece that has a tiny little crack, I think that's ready. I think that's ready. Thank you for your help on that though, because I did not have all of the silicone off of the part near the crack. And so now it is pretty good. I might go over it with alcohol and just go ahead and caulk that part with some kind of clear silicone or something. I wondered with silicone, is it okay to use your finger, or should you use one of those little jobbies that they have, or should you tape it? All right, I've seen all three things and I don't know what to do with it. I'm a little concerned that if you put tape there and you get too much of your caulking on the tape, then when you pull the tape off, the caulking isn't going to be sticking to the wall. You know what I mean? So maybe you could give me your opinion on that one as well, on that question, Dad. I really think you could do a podcast. I think it would be a hoot, or we could do it together. There's people that do this all the time, right? So you want to re-caulk your kitchen sink. First thing you need to do, you just do the steps and you talk about it on your little podcast, and then they look it up. And I mean, a lot of people, they're not doing anything fancy. They just film themselves, or they have somebody film them doing it. So that would be really fun. I was also thinking of doing one on, big metaphysical questions, but I'm not sure I'm up for that. I like caulking. All right, so I'm turning this back. I really need some help on this. I mean, I will Google it, but I mean, I think you could, I have no idea, but I think that these things, they go all, I don't know how far away they went with the stupid, but it looks to me like it's under there too, right? It goes beyond, above and beyond the cabinet. All right, so the back part of the cabinet, I will also have to stuff a skinnier piece of foamish stuff in there, because it goes way, way down. They just did such a bad job of installing it, Dad. I should have just done it myself. But sometimes I screw up this plumbing stuff when I try to do it myself. Oh, one plumber, he's a plumber and he has an assistant, but I mean, check it out. I mean, he put in, our faucet was dripping, right? And he put in, and this would not move. This up and down thing would not move. So he got that fixed, and then he put us in a different drain. So now, it used to be just one of those with the little holes in it, like you see in a kitchen a lot. But now we just poke it back up. And if it gets full of hair, we can just unscrew that baby, clean it off, and we're good. Don't look too much at the horrible bathtub stain. This has been I know that I'm just giving you a little bit of a tour, sorry. This has been our shower curtain forever, this map of the entire world. It's been kind of fun. I mean, I have learned some stuff. Say, Africa is right there, next to the toilet. So I've learned a lot about Africa, really, more than I ever wanted to know. You can probably order this same shower curtain if you're interested. Oh, you guys don't, well, at least your tub doesn't. You just have a shower, right? I'm sorry you don't have a tub. By the way, if your back is hurting you, I can't remember if you have back issues, if that's just my people. But anyway, they do make these kind of, I think Salon Pas is the name, like salon and then PAS. They have these sort of big, they're about maybe 6 or 7 inches. They're rectangle, wide, and then about 4 inches long. And you peel off one side. I mean, you peel off one side and you stick them on, and then you peel off the other side. And they're kind of moist underneath, but they have some kind of properties that helps with the pain, back pain. So those are pretty cool. And they have them for other things too, like elbow pain, shoulder pain. I should use them on my elbow. Okay, I think I'm getting a little fried on this project and also I don't really know what to do next, so that's kind of maybe it for today, especially given the heat factor. Jorge and I were both out separately today. I was supposed to go to a doctor's appointment, but then it turned out they said the appointment was at 12:30 and I got there at 1:30 when I thought it was. And they go, well, can you come tomorrow? I go, I don't really want to come tomorrow. They go, well, otherwise it's September 3rd. I go, okay, fine. And then I looked on my calendar and I realized I had it down for next Tuesday, actually, at 1:30. So somebody screwed up in there somewhere, but it was probably me. All right, I love you, Dad, and I hope you have a great um, birthday celebration. 93 is something to be pretty proud of, I think. I mean, it does show you've taken good care of yourself. Otherwise, there's no way. I mean, plenty of my friends are getting ready to go. Speaking of which, Mario is still in the hospital, and he's not doing that great, you know, but he has some family, a cousin and his wife that are just sweet people, and they live in Rhode Island, Providence, Rhode Island, so that's like an hour at the most. So they drive up and visit and hang, and they also have, I think their daughter, no, one of their nieces anyway, and one of Mario's goddaughter, I think, lives very close on Somerville Avenue, close to us actually, on Highland Ave, and close to this nursing home where Mario is. It's just in Watertown, next thing over, and it's close to Fresh Pond and Fresh Pond Mall and stuff like that. So I think they can stay with her if they need to. I offered them our home too, but we'll see. I think I am going to invite Carolyn Angelo, Joanne's sister, who's all on her own now. She came up, I may have told you that, and I helped her. We went to the cemetery where Joanne and both of the parents are buried, and it's just Carolyn and Joanne. So Joanne, they had a double plot in the middle, and then Joanne on one side, Carolyn on the other. But I mean, Carolyn was way more shook than she wanted to admit. But we got through it, and she said she couldn't think of anybody that she would go with besides me, but she didn't want to go alone. So that was sweet. So I feel like she said she used to every year they would, she would come up, stay overnight with Joanne on Christmas Eve, and then on Christmas Day, they would go up into, I don't know if it's Vermont or Maine or New Hampshire or whatever, where other relatives are. And so I think I'm going to invite her to come here instead and stay overnight with us. I hope that bed up there isn't awful. Please tell me the honest truth about it, okay? If we need to replace that mattress, I will, because I don't want to invite people, you know, to come over and then they're sleeping on a really uncomfortable bed. Let me know. All right, I love you, Dad. I miss your face. Okay? You don't have to send me back a video, but I would love to see you. You know, maybe Ann could take a video of you explaining stuff to me. And I will use it, you know, too. I will put it on my podcast, and then we'll just see. We might get advertisers, you know, it could take off. All right, we could be ridiculously wealthy here in our old golden years. Love you. Have a good day. Bye.